Welcome to the Psychic Soul Healing Oracle channel. My name is Laura Schramm, and today I'd like to do a reading for my Capricorn people. Now, for those of you that are new to my channel, this is a Psychic Soul Healing Oracle channel. So I do use other, cards, and I do soul readings and twin flame readings and soul path readings like everybody else does. The only difference is I like to look at the traumas and the spiritual blocks that prevent people from moving forward. And I like to say this in the beginning of every oracle video that I do, because you may say, well, I'm a little confused. I want to know whether, my girlfriend or boyfriend's going to come back to me, but you're talking about spiritual blocks and karmic lessons. And so a lot of times, like I said, I'd like to talk about the karmic and shadow parts of ourselves that are blocking the situation from moving forward or from success within our emotional fulfillment, within our health, within our wealth. Understand, spiritual blocks turn into physical imbalances that make us feel less than and detached. And again, so this is mainly a healing channel is what I'm trying to get at. Anything you need to know about me, my channel, it'll be in the description box down below. I have a lot of different subscriptions that you can find on Patreon. And if you want to read about me or my different readings, just go to pureenergyhealer.com. Okay, now with that, like I said, this message is going to be for Capricorn, but to be honest with you, I always say this too. If you're not a Capricorn and you happen to fall on this video, know that you were supposed to hear this message, because I always believe that energy goes to energy, meaning if you're holding inside of you certain energies, and those energies might be because you're having difficulty within your relationship, or you're having a difficulty in some area of life and you're looking for guidance, and you wind up listening to a video that does not have your zodiac, but you resonate with that video, you were supposed to hear that video, because again, we're magnets of who and what need to come into our life for healing, for spiritual evolution, again, because healing means we get to see a different outcome to our situation. We get to see ourselves differently. That's really what healing is. That's why a lot of times you can't just heal what's in your mind. We can say, I forgave that person. Why is that energy still blocking me? Or I already know what I did wrong. Well, we can know what we did wrong, but we have to go through the experience again and handle it differently, because karma means learn. So again, what are we learning? If we keep doing the same thing, we never get a different result. But like I said, and also know that, energies are fluid. So you got to flip it, switch it, do whatever you got to do to see how it resonates with you. And if it doesn't resonate with you, you just got to leave it alone. This isn't your video. Okay. I always need to put that out there. Okay, first card out. Tactlessness. We're using my deck, which is the Psychic Soul Healing Oracle deck, and this is to see Spirit descending, what the spiritual karmic lessons are first, and then we'll go into the actual reading parts. Okay, and grounding. So somebody is dealing with a lot of karma. It could be you, Capricorn. It could be the person that you're thinking about, the person that's attached to you. And tactlessness obviously means that one acted with poor, character and with poor judgment. And a lot of times this comes from fear. And so what I'm feeling is the person that you're attached to, Capricorn, was involved with somebody that they weren't happy with. And they had a lot of just problems within their life, how they grew up. I actually feel like someone was sexually assaulted, and being that they never felt safe, and that played out in all their relationships over and over and over. And it actually affected everywhere in work and business too, that every time the person achieved success to a certain point, they would go down. Their life literally looked like a roller coaster. That's what they're showing me. That again, this person's life literally looked like a roller coaster, that they had highs and lows, meaning, um, and so this also tells me that they bounce back between having this really big ego and then being insecure. So again, this is very common for people that have spiritual imbalances, and we know that they have spiritual imbalances because of this word. It's again, people of high character and high morals don't act like this. They again act like this. Spirit descending, a lot of times when we have an awakening, it's again, we have an awareness, and this always happens because we did this. Again, what causes this? Cheating, lying, stealing. So again, some of you Capricorns were attached to people that did shady stuff within their business and are getting in trouble for it now. Others are going through a divorce. Again, you know what your person has done. So spirit descending is, again, when the Holy Spirit inside of us awakens and we realize, we come to a place within our life and we say, my life isn't working. I want to change, but I need to know what I need to do to change. And so the spirit descending is, again, when the spirit works through us. But the spirit always first creates an awakening, and that awakening is always caused by like a tower moment, just somebody's life completely falls apart. Excuse me. And what we're seeing is during these times, a lot of people's lives are literally falling apart. We're in spiritual times right now. There's a spiritual war happening right now. Spiritual war is of the mind. So it's again, if we're not coming from a high vibration, which is a high character, which is of love, and understand God is love. So the energy of love is unconditional love. Well, it's also God, but we wouldn't know what that energy was. So we look to the deities, right? We look to Jesus, we look to Gandhi, we look to Buddha, we look to these higher spiritual beings that are men, but they are living with a higher vibrational consciousness. So this only can happen when we again come from here. So somebody is awakening due to this, and they're trying to figure out how to ground it. So I feel like certain people are getting, so the person that you're attached to, Capricorn, is probably getting rid of a lot of people in their life that at one time supported who they used to be. I feel like some are trying to go into AA and stop drinking. Some are trying to like work on their life. So they're trying to ground it. They're trying to work on their life. So if this person isn't in your life, know that they're not in your life because they also know that they have to, raise the bar, that they have to, again, raise their vibration. So let's see what happens. Let's see, are you talking to this person, Capricorn? Are you not talking to this person? Like, what happened? What's going on, I should say? Well, disappointment. Again, this is what I see. 7 of Pentacles. So again, and this one came flying out, and then says Page of Wands, freedom. So somebody was really unhappy again with everything that was going on within their life. As I said, I feel like a lot of people, again, were paying for a lot of their karma, karmic debt. The karma man was coming around and saying it's time to pay up. And so this person, again, that you're attached to is looking for freedom. They're just looking to escape. They're looking to, it's again, the Page of Wands. And then again, Page of Wands is looking, strategizing, trying to figure out what they have to do because they're already, trying to work on themselves. But at the same time of working on themselves, apparently the people that they were like not good to or again, maybe they weren't good and affected a lot of other people that were in their life. So it's again, if people were stealing money, then their children were involved. Maybe somebody's, ex was involved. They had kids. So I just feel like this person is like, I need to get the hell out of Dodge. That's the energy there. And the reason why is because the Six of Pentacles, which is like generosity normally, but this is upside down. So we know because this person doesn't have the money to pay back. Again, they're going through a lot and because of their karma. And they just want freedom. And they again, and this one also fell out, and this is death. So it's again, there's a transformation, but it was upside down. So it was again delayed, like a delayed, but things are over. But instead of the person being able to just move through it and have, when you go through something bad, it's a day or a week or maybe like a few weeks. Well, I kind of feel like the energy is that this is just dragging out, that there's just delay after delay after delay. And all these people are coming back asking for their money and asking for like whatever your person Capricorn owed them, and they just don't have it. And you are nowhere in this person's, unless this is you Capricorn, that you're the one that had bad karma, you're the one that needs to be grounded, you're the one that is having the awakening, you're the one that's like, which I'm not feeling. I feel like it's the person that you're attached to. So we don't see you at all is what I'm trying to get at. Okay, the moon, and it's upside down. So again, this person is all up in their head. This person is so emotional. This person is just like beside themselves with what is going on in their life. And I wound up doing a very similar reading last night. It's like this energy. It's again, we're seeing there's a lot of karmic cycles coming to an end. And so karmic cycle is again where we can no longer repeat a certain behavior. We have to awaken. We have to again evolve. So let's see. Let's choose a different deck. Actually, let's see what if your person has something to say to you. What do they have to say? This is all about money. Okay, playing games, gaslighting. So this person again might have played games with you because I just feel a lot of like negative like energy here. Like I said, I mean like tactlessness. Look how it started off. And it's to the point that it created an awakening. I mean, and then you see all the cards here. I mean, it's like death, moon upside down, disappointment, Six of Pentacles. All these cards are bad. Even this card, which the guy is like, please, I want freedom. Let me out of here. Let it go. So I feel like when I asked, what is your person thinking about you? And I pulled playing games and gaslighting. Well, that to me is saying that this guy or girl, whoever did this, is not only like stuck up in their heads about what they're going through when they do think about you, that they're saying, I play games with this person. I gaslighted this person. Like, so, and I'm not feeling that they were happy about it. I kind of feel like they were like everywhere in my life, I was a shit, kind of. That's what it is. Forgive your family. So again, then it came out now, but like again, forgive your family. So again, this person, as I said, I felt like they were sexually assaulted when they were younger, and so again, it is very common that you see what like somebody's life look like a roller coaster. Again, have highs and lows, and these again because they can excel in school, they can excel in many areas of their life, but they sabotage themselves. They get in their own way over and over and over again. So they can have a very successful business where they don't have to cut corners, but they decide to, and they lose their money. I also feel like this person borrowed money and didn't pay it back. from people like that were close to their family. And I also feel like this person needs to learn how to forgive their family because of, the sexual assault or the betrayal. Understand too, when we are betrayed by a family member, a mother or father, again, when they teach us not to trust, and we are, again, feel so victimized. And remember, as a child, if you were raped, if you were hit really bad, if you were abused emotionally, physically, the brain doesn't know the difference. It only knows survival. Love and fear is all that the brain knows. And so, fear when we're living in survival. So, when we again are sexually abused or emotionally abused or any abuse, and we have, you know, trauma, the root of it, a lot of times, we have to learn how to forgive our family, someone in our family that close. And so, why does this play out, you may ask? And the reason why is because psychological trauma distorts our perception about ourselves and the world around us, and that affects our behaviors. So, you may be attached to somebody, Capricorn, that you're saying, I know this person loves me. I know that they care, but it looks horrible. And it looks horrible because this person is inconsistent, they're in and out, they cheat, they they gaslight, they play games. It's again, they can't get out of their own way. And it's because they have to again heal the root issue. And the root issue is they have shame. They were victimized. And so again, unconsciously, we form blocks. And this is where addiction actually a lot of times is formed too, because it affects the brain. Trauma affects the brain. So in order to feel better, we a lot of times reach out for things to change our energy. And then there's chemicals in the brain, and there's this reconditioning of your brain that teaches, oh well, every time I, don't feel good and I take a drink, I feel better. So it's again, you train yourself. And so there's a real, you know, cycle, a loop, because we see. And it all just comes from needing to forgive our family. Betrayal. The spiritual lesson is to learn how to forgive. But that can only happen when we see ourselves differently. So it's again because obviously there's somewhere that we're seeing lack, and we're seeing it and then we're creating it within our life. And that's what's going on with this person right here. I am sorry for all the pain that I've caused, and I'm sure that they do. Because, like I said, psychological trauma, it distorts our perceptions about ourselves, the world around us. And, we see this, happen like with the close people in our lives. We see it with people that we date. We see it, I call it spiritual disease. It's again, why? Because it affects us spiritually. Our mind is how you co-create with God and the universe. And if your mind is so traumatized because of situations, well, you can understand why, again, the karmic cycle, which is a karmic loop, it's like every 7 years or 8 years, it's kind of like the same theme. So it would be like shame or victimization, betrayal, where the person, again, really gets stuck. And that's what I see is going on. So let's see. Will you hear from your person? I'm going to pull this card and one more just to get some last minute advice to see maybe how you can deal with it, or is your person thinking about you, if they're going to come back, like let's see. Remain positive. So I feel like you will talk to this person again. And the reason why, even you may say, I don't want to talk to this person ever again. Look at that energy. Well, soulmates and twin flames and karmic mates, rather, sometimes they're hard to keep out of our life. So it's better to say, I'm not going to say one way or the other what I'm going to do. I'll let myself decide in that moment, because you never want to act from an emotional standpoint with a person. You always want to come from a very grounded way when you're dealing with someone that's so traumatized. Because if you come at them emotionally, then they're going to act emotionally. I mean, that's what trauma does. You see, right? When you trigger a person, what do? They flip out. Again, you see it. So you want to always come from a very grounded way, which is in the here and in the now and in the moment. And you want to look at their situation from a place of, well, obviously they're learning, and obviously they had severe trauma and they're paying for it. Like, because no one wants to live their life where they're losing everything. I mean, these cards are just horrible. Like, whatever this person, there's just nothing good. One more out. Look for a sign. So look for a sign. And I think that that's just for your well-being, Capricorn. If you care about somebody, you might say, I don't want to be back with this person, but I hope that they're doing okay. And you can pray for that person. You can send that person good energy. And you can look for a sign. Again, Spirit speaks to us through signs and synchronicities. And when you are attached to a soulmate, twin flame, and even a karmic mate, they can feel you. So it's okay to not have someone in your life that is toxic and still send them love. It's okay to do that. That doesn't make you a bad person. That's how we're supposed to be in actuality. Let's see what else it says. Power. Well, two are stuck together. So power, and I think your power is all about being able to forgive and to be able to, again, come from a grounded perspective. Now, you may say, well, why did I wind up with this person? So you might also have karmic blocks and severe family trauma, like trauma or trauma that was caused by family, I should say. Um, that might be your karmic connection. But you might have learned how to master it. Maybe you're more spiritually evolved. And that's why you're listening to this video, because you say, well, I can identify, I actually have done the work. So I know, and this is defend. So I would say this is saying your advice is, again, the power comes in the fact that you've done your healing work. So you can, again, look at things from a much higher vibration, which is meaning I can look at this person from the fact that they are human and that they had severe trauma that they obviously have never learned. They have a big ego, and that ego was made for survival purposes. I mean, that's what our mind does. It creates an ego to block out, to protect us. Because if we actually had to look at certain traumas, we might not even come back all the way. We could actually be so traumatized that we wind up in a mental institution. So we don't, it's our brain's way of protecting us. Again, the mind doesn't know the difference between physical or psychological trauma. So for this person, again, had family trauma. And when it happens in childhood, we know that their whole life looks like a roller coaster. This person did things in childhood that they have shame for after what happened. They had it in high school, they had it in college, they had it after college, all the way up to the time that they died until they heal that trauma. So you knowing that you have power, but you still have to defend yourself. You still have to create boundaries. So it's okay to love this person, but again, where you're giving yourself boundaries and only you know what is comfortable, but know that the person is suffering with addiction and they have this energy. They tend to be able to be good sweet talkers. They tend to be able to get their way around things. And if you have a connection to them, you too could fall prey. So you want to definitely make sure that you, again, set your boundaries and and know that your power comes in the fact that I feel that you wouldn't go back with this person, or if you would have, again, very strict boundaries. Now, if you resonated with this, like I said, or you feel like you suffer from psychological trauma, again, then you should seek help. And sometimes there's no shame in that, because, like I said, these karmic lessons will play out. So anyone that, again, has suffered, check out my website at pureenergyhealer.com. You might want to seek the psychic soul healing reading. And if you mention that you saw it through my YouTube channel, I automatically give 50% off on that service. So I just wanted to put that out there. And if you like this video, please leave me a like, comment, subscribe to my channel. I am new here on YouTube. And if you want to read about, again, the subscriptions and the giveaways and all that good stuff, it'll be down in the description box. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.